Hey there guys, so Andy Ruiz has said he will be refusing a rematch with AJ if it is to take place in the UK. He will only fight in America or Mexico. He had this to say on the subject. I haven't talked to him, but I'm pretty sure he's training hard for the rematch, and so am I. I want the rematch to be in Mexico or New York City again, Vegas or here. And when he was asked what happens if Anthony Joshua does not agree to this, he had this to say also. It doesn't matter, because I'm the champion, I'm calling the shots. We're the A side. He also said no UK. So he has made it pretty clear he is not going to fight Anthony Joshua in the UK. Although the rematch clause will probably stipulate that Anthony Joshua can choose the date and the venue. Because he was the champion. He was unified heavyweight champion. He spent a lot of time and put a lot of work into collecting all of the belts. And he gave Andy Ruiz a shot at the World Unified Heavyweight titles when he was not ranked very well in any of the governing bodies. So basically, Andy Ruiz was probably 2 years away from a world title shot if Anthony Joshua did not give him the opportunity. So it was a mega opportunity to fight for the World Unified Heavyweight titles in his own backyard in New York City at Madison Square Garden. How many opportunities would he get to do that? Anthony Joshua afforded him that opportunity. And Anthony Joshua should be afforded the same opportunity to fight for the unified heavyweight titles that he lost at Madison Square Garden on home soil. Now it seems to be that Andy Ruiz has developed a little bit of little man syndrome ever since he became champion. He's a little bit more cocky, and he seems to be saying he wants it all his way because he is the champion now. Fair play to him, he beat Anthony Joshua fair and square. He is the champion. But there is a rematch clause that stipulates Anthony Joshua can choose the date and venue, and it has been confirmed by Eddie Hearn that the rematch clause does stipulate this. So I don't know how Andy Ruiz expects to get around this unless he has found a loophole in the rematch clause. If he has, then the fight will take place in the US or Mexico. I believe Anthony Joshua was probably going to go for the fight at MSG anyway. He was probably going to try and put it right where it all went wrong, and that has been well publicised in the media, so Andy Ruiz will know about those comments. So why is he saying this? He's only saying this probably to try and get in Anthony Joshua's head. The same reason he has been disrespectful to Anthony Joshua's training footage, calling him a robot, or just using that emoji in response to Anthony Joshua's training footage. I think maybe he's playing a mind game here. Perhaps he's a bit wary of Anthony Joshua going into the rematch because maybe he believes Anthony Joshua was not 100% going in there at MSG. Perhaps he believes Anthony Joshua would not take the rematch if he didn't believe he could win. So maybe Andy Ruiz believes he needs to get a bit of a mental advantage or use his mental advantage, because obviously there is going to be mental obstacles for Anthony Joshua going back in the ring with a fighter you have just lost to and lost your titles to in great fashion also. So there is going to be mental obstacles for Anthony Joshua, and perhaps Andy Ruiz is just trying to put more in the way to give himself more of a chance in the rematch. And I think we all know really who is talking behind Andy Ruiz. It is Al Heyman. Because Al Heyman has done the same thing with Deontay Wilder. And if the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz does not happen, and Anthony Joshua does not win his belts back, then all of the heavyweight titles are on PBC. So it would make sense for them to try and wriggle out of this rematch, because obviously then they can do undisputed between Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder, and have all of the belts on PBC, have that all to themselves. So they're obviously going to try and avoid the rematch with Anthony Joshua, which they maybe believe they lose. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to get out of it. But anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on Andy Ruiz's comments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.